You sit on the sofa. Your shoes are, they are still on your feet.
Yeah. You do not even want to move.
Right. You not even want to take them off. The day was just so long, you know?
Oh, I know that feeling so well.
Your back hurts a little bit from sitting at your desk. Your eyes feel very dry. And you look at the clock on the wall.
It is late.
It is late. So you tell yourself a very simple story. You say, I will just take a 10-minute break.
Because 10 minutes. It is a small promise.
Exactly. Just a small promise. You open your phone. You see a funny video of a dog. And you smile. That feels nice.
Yeah. You feel a little happier.
So you watch another one. Then you see a picture of a friend from many years ago. Then you read a small news story about something far away.
And time just keeps passing.
Yes. The room gets a little darker. The house is very quiet. And you feel this strange, heavy feeling in your stomach.
Like a guilt, right?
Yes, a heavy guilt. You check the clock again. And wow, 1 hour and 15 minutes are gone. It fell away like sand in your hands. You open your fingers, and the time is just gone.
That feeling is so real. I mean, I did this exact same thing yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. I told myself I just needed a small break. But an hour disappeared. And I felt so angry with myself. Why does 10 minutes become an hour?
It is so frustrating.
It really is. It does not make sense. I mean, we are smart people. You listening right now, you are a smart person. Why do we lose control like this?
Well, it happens because we do not understand how the brain works with these modern tools. We think we are resting.
But we are not resting.
No, we're not resting at all. Let us talk about the brain for a minute. Your brain loves a quick prize. It loves a small, fast reward.
When you say a quick prize, do you mean like a piece of candy?
Yes. Exactly like candy, but for your mind.
He says.
Every time you slide your finger on the phone screen, the phone gives your brain a new prize. It gives you a bright color, a new face, a funny joke, or a small piece of news.
So it's just giving you things quickly.
Right. Your brain says, oh, a prize, give me another one. And you slide your finger again, and the brain says, another prize. Keep going.
So the brain is just eating candy over and over again. It does not want to stop.
Yes. And here is the scary part. When your brain is eating this fast candy, it forgets the real world completely.
Oh, wow.
It forgets the room you're sitting in. It forgets that your back hurts. And most importantly, it completely forgets time.
That makes so much sense.
The clock is ticking, but your brain is in a different place. You are trapped in a loop.
That explains why the time moves so fast.
But
it does not explain the terrible feeling afterward.
heavy feeling.
Yeah. When I finally put the phone down after an hour, I do not feel rested. I feel empty. I feel much more tired than when I sat down on the sofa.
You feel exhausted.
Exactly. And the guilt is so heavy. I think I had so many things to do. Why did I waste my evening? Why did I pour my water on the floor?
Oh, the water in a bottle. Yes.
Right. Like you only have so much water for the day.
Yeah.
And if you pour it on the floor, you cannot drink it later. That is what wasting time feels like.
That is a beautiful way to say it. And the guilt is the hardest part. You feel empty because you did not actually rest.
I did not.
No. Think about eating a huge meal, but eating it so fast that you never taste the food. You are full, but you are not happy.
Yes. Just eating way too fast.
Your brain just took in thousands of pictures and words in 1 hour. That is a lot of work for your brain. It is heavy thinking.
So it is actually working hard.
Yes, your eyes were moving fast, your emotions were going up and down, you laughed, you felt sad, you felt angry at the news. That is not rest. That is hard work.
So I told myself I was taking a break, but I was actually forcing my brain to run a race.
Exactly. You ran a mental race for an hour. That is why you feel so tired. We waste this beautiful time and then we feel angry.
We really do. We want to do better.
We do. We wake up the next morning and we make a promise. We look in the mirror and we say, today I will be good. Today I will change.
I will study. I will exercise.
I will read a book. We have very good intentions, but our plans, they always fail.
Wait, why do they fail?
Yeah.
Having a good intention is a positive thing, right?
Yeah.
Everyone says you must have big dreams and make big plans if you want to change your life.
Big dreams are beautiful. They really are. But a big plan is very dangerous for a tired brain.
Dangerous.
Yes. That is the great confusion. We confuse the big dream with the daily plan. Let us look at this. Think about a vague plan.
Vague meaning not clear.
Exactly. A vague plan is not clear. It is cloudy. For example, you say, I want to improve my English today. Or you say, I will study hard for 1 hour this evening.
That sounds like a normal plan to me. What is wrong with saying, I will study for 1 hour?
It is too big and it has no direction. When a plan is too big, it feels like a very heavy rock.
A heavy rock.
Yeah. You wake up and you remember, oh, I have to study for 1 hour tonight. And you carry this heavy rock all day. You go to work, you buy food, you cook dinner.
And the rock gets heavier and heavier.
Yes. By 8 o'clock at night, you look at the rock. Your brain is already tired from the day. Your brain looks at this big, heavy rock and says, no, I cannot lift that.
It is too hard.
Right. It says, it is too hard. Let us just look at the phone instead. Oh, wow. That makes a lot of sense. The brain sees the big plan as a threat. It sees it as danger because it needs too much energy. And the brain wants to save energy.
Yes, the brain is a machine that wants to survive. It hates confusion, and it hates heavy work when it is tired.
So the big plan is actually a bad thing.
Right. Let us look at a different way to understand this. Have you ever driven a car in a very big, dark city?
Yes, many times. It can be very stressful if you do not know the roads.
Imagine you get into your car. You have plenty of petrol. You know you want to go to a wonderful new restaurant.
Okay, the restaurant is my big dream.
Exactly. The restaurant is your big dream. But you do not have a map. You do not put a specific address into your GPS machine. You just start the engine and drive. What happens next?
Well, I would probably drive down the main street. Then I would reach a corner. I would have to guess.
Right, you guess.
Yeah, maybe I turn left, maybe I turn right. Every time I turn, I have to think very hard. I have to look at the street signs in the dark.
And how does your body feel while you do this? My body feels tight. My hands grip the steering wheel very hard. I feel nervous.
Yeah.
I feel anxious because I do not know where I'm going. I am just guessing.
Right, and after 30 minutes of guessing, you are still driving in circles. You see the same buildings again.
That is so frustrating.
Yes, you feel frustrated. You waste your petrol. You waste your time. Finally, you get so angry that you just stop the car. You say, I am going home. This is too hard.
And you never reach the beautiful restaurant.
Never. You give up because the confusion is too stressful.
That is a terrible feeling.
Now, compare that to saying, I will study English for 1 hour. That is driving without a map.
Oh, I see it now.
You sit at your desk at 8 o'clock. You open your book. But you did not give your brain a clear address, so your brain starts guessing.
Right. Guessing what to do.
Yes. Should I read this page? Should I listen to an audio? Should I practice writing? Should I learn new grammar? You spend 20 minutes just trying to decide what to do.
And deciding what to do takes energy. It is like turning left or right in the dark city. It burns your mental petrol.
Exactly. You burn your petrol just thinking about how to start. After 20 minutes of confusion, your brain is very tired. It says, this is too hard. I'm going back home to the easy thing.
And you open your phone.
Yes. And you think you are lazy. You sit there feeling terrible, calling yourself bad names. But you are not lazy. You were just driving without an address.
This is a huge realization. We are not lazy. We are just lost. So how do we give the brain a clear address? How do we stop carrying the heavy rock?
We make a tiny plan. Tiny means very, very small, extremely small.
But if I want to speak English perfectly, a tiny plan feels useless. If I only make tiny plans, it will take me 10 years to learn.
It feels that way, yes.
My mind tells me I must work fast and hard. How does a tiny plan actually help?
I understand that fear. It feels scary to just do a little bit. A tiny plan feels too slow. But let us look at the reality. What is faster? Making a huge plan, failing, feeling guilty, and doing zero work for a week. Or making a tiny plan and succeeding every single day.
Well, when you say it like that, doing zero work is definitely the slowest path.
Right. A tiny plan works because it removes the fear. It makes the brain feel safe.
Safe from the heavy rock.
Yes. Let us go back to our examples. Instead of saying, I will study for 1 hour, you say, I will learn 3 new English words today. Just 3 words.
Just 3 words? That takes maybe 2 minutes?
Exactly. When you tell your tired brain, we only need to learn 3 words, the brain does not feel scared. It does not see a heavy rock. It sees a very small stone.
And the brain likes small stones.
It does. The brain says, 3 words, I can do that. That is easy. I will not get tired doing that. You sit at your desk. You know exactly what to do. The address is in the GPS.
You find 3 words, you write them down, you say them out loud, you are finished.
Yes. And because it was so easy, you actually do it. You do not run away to your phone.
That changes the feeling in your heart completely.
Yeah.
It feels lighter.
Yeah.
It removes the stress.
Yes. And something magical happens when you finish. You feel proud. You feel a small sense of victory.
You kept a promise to yourself.
Right. You start to trust yourself again. When you trust yourself, you feel strong. And very often, after you learn the 3 words, your brain says, well, I am already sitting here. The book is open.
I am not scared anymore.
Exactly. The brain says, maybe I will read one page.
That is the secret. The tiny plan gets you started. It removes the wall blocking the road. Once you are moving, it is easy to keep moving.
Yes, starting is the hardest part. The tiny plan is just a trick to help you start, and even if you stop after 3 words, it is still a victory.
Because 3 words a day is a lot over time.
Yes, it is over 1,000 words in a year. That changes your life. It is like planting a tiny seed in the ground. You give it a little water every day. You do not shout at the seed to grow faster.
No, shouting does not work.
You just give it a little water. One day you look outside and you have a strong, beautiful tree.
I love this idea. A tiny plan feels kind. It feels like a gentle way to live. But this leads me to another problem.
What is that?
Even if I make a tiny plan, I still feel like I have no time. People always say, I'm too busy, I work all day, I have to clean the house, I have to cook for my family, I have to commute to my job.
Yes, my day is full.
Right. My day is full, I have 0 time.
I hear this every single day. I used to say it myself, I have no time. It feels very true when you say it. But it is a trick of the mind.
A trick.
Yes. The truth is, you do have time. You, listening right now, you have time. It is just hidden from you.
Hidden time. Where is it hiding?
It is hiding in your pockets. We can call it pocket time.
Pocket time, like coins. Explain this to me.
Yes, like coins. Have you ever played the video game Tetris?
Yes, of course. It is a very famous game. Shapes fall from the top of the screen, and you have to fit them together perfectly at the bottom.
Exactly. Think about how you play Tetris. You have big shapes, like the long straight line, and you have very small shapes, like the little square. What is the goal of the game?
The goal is to make a solid line across the bottom with no empty spaces. If you make a solid line, it disappears, and you get points.
Right. And if you leave empty spaces...
The shapes stack up higher and higher until you lose.
Yes. Now think about your daily time like the shapes in Tetris. A big shape is a full, free hour. A long, quiet hour where nobody bothers you.
Like a big coin.
Yes, a big coin. A small shape is just 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 7 minutes.
Small coins. I see where you're going with this.
When we try to plan our day, we always wait for the big shapes. We wait for the perfect hour. We say, I cannot study now. I only have 10 minutes. I will wait until tonight when I have a big, quiet hour.
But the big shapes do not come very often. The perfect quiet hour is very rare. So we just wait and wait.
Yes. We leave empty spaces in our day. We throw away the small coins. And because we do not use the small shapes, our tasks stack up higher and higher.
The stress gets higher and higher.
We feel stressed, just like losing a game of Tetris. But a good player does not wait for the big shape. A good player takes every small block every 5 minutes and fits it into the empty spaces of their day.
So pocket time is the small Tetris block.
Exactly. Pocket time is the little pieces of time hidden between other activities. You stand in the kitchen waiting for the water to boil for your coffee. That is 3 minutes.
You wait at the bus stop. That is 5 minutes.
Yes. You stand in a long line at the supermarket. That is 7 minutes. You arrive at your doctor's office early and you sit in the waiting room. That is 10 minutes.
If we collect all those small coins together, it turns into a big treasure. It is a lot of time.
It is a massive amount of time. It is often more than an hour every single day. If you collect these small blocks, you can win the game. You can learn a language. You can read a whole book.
Just read one page while the water boils.
Yes. You review your 3 new words while waiting for the bus. You do not need a perfect, quiet hour.
This is a beautiful realization. I feel like I do not have to wait for the perfect moment anymore. But I have to ask about the real world.
Okay, ask me.
When I am standing in a long line at the supermarket, my feet hurt. People are noisy. I am thinking about what I have to cook for dinner. My brain is tired.
Yes, that is very real.
I do not want to pull out a book and learn English grammar in the supermarket line. My hand naturally reaches for my phone to find that quick prize.
That is the most honest answer. And
Yeah.
you are completely right. It is hard to use pocket time because our environment is designed to steal it.
Designed to steal it.
Yes. This brings us to the biggest danger. The time thieves.
The time thieves. That sounds scary. Who are the time thieves?
A time thief is anything that steals your small blocks of time and gives you nothing good in return. It takes your energy, it takes your attention, and it leaves you feeling empty.
Like social media.
Yes. The most famous time thief lives right in your pocket. It is your phone. More specifically, it is social media, endless videos, and news apps.
Because they offer the quick candy to the tired brain.
Yes. The time thieves are very smart. They know exactly when you're waiting in line at the supermarket. They know you were tired. They know you were bored.
So they wait for that moment.
Right. So they whisper to you, just look at me for 1 minute. Just see if someone sent you a message. And the moment you look, the thief grabs your time and runs away with it.
Your 7 minutes in the supermarket line are gone. You learned nothing.
Yeah.
You did not rest. You just lost your time.
Exactly. We basically invite the thief into our own house. We leave the door wide open.
We do. We leave the door open and we put a sign outside that says, please come in and take my time.
Huh, yes. But here's the soft realization. You do not have to hate your phone.
I do not.
No, your phone is a miracle of technology. You can talk to your mother on the other side of the world. You can listen to this deep dive. The phone is a good tool. You just need to learn how to lock the door.
Locking the door. I like that. How do we lock the door against a time thief? The phone is always with me.
You make small physical rules. If you live in a house and you know a thief is walking down the street, you do not just sit in the living room and hope he does not come in.
No, you stand up, walk to the door, and turn the lock.
Exactly. You must protect your focus in the same way.
Give me a real example of locking the door.
Imagine you want to use 20 minutes of pocket time at home to read a book in English. If you sit on the sofa with the book and your phone is resting on your leg, the door is open.
The thief is already inside.
Yes. The phone will call to you. So you must lock the door, you take the phone, you walk into the kitchen, you put it inside a drawer and you close the drawer. Then you go back to the living room to read.
That physical distance is the lock.
Yes. If you want to check the phone, you have to stand up, walk to the kitchen, and open the drawer. It takes effort. The brain is lazy, remember?
Oh, right. The brain will say, that is too much work. Let us just keep reading the book.
Yes, that is very smart. You use the brain's laziness to help you.
What about when I am at work? I cannot put my phone in a kitchen drawer. I need it on my desk.
If you must keep it near you, you lock the door by turning off the sounds and the lights. You must turn off the notifications.
The little, ding sounds.
Yes. Let us talk about the ding sound. It is very dangerous. Let us imagine your brain is walking down a long, quiet road. When you try to focus on your work, or when you read a heavy book, your brain starts walking down this road.
It is trying to find deep focus.
Right. It takes time to walk far down the road to a place of deep focus. You have to forget about the noisy office. You have to forget about your grocery list.
It takes effort to get into the deep zone.
Exactly. Then your phone on the desk goes ding. It is a very small sound, but to your brain, it is an alarm. The brain jumps. It looks at the phone, and instantly, your brain is pulled all the way back to the beginning of the road.
You lose your place entirely.
Completely. Science tells us a very scary fact. When you hear that ding and you look away from your deep work, it takes your brain 20 minutes to walk back down the road.
Wait, 20 minutes, just from one small noise?
Yes, it takes 20 minutes just to find your deep focus again.
So if my phone makes a noise 3 times in 1 hour?
You never reach the deep focus. You spend the entire hour just starting over and over and over again. You feel very tired. The clock says you worked for an hour, but you achieved nothing.
The thief stole your best energy.
That is why you must turn off the bang. Turn off the light that flashes on the screen. Lock the door. Protect your quiet road.
This makes me feel very calm. I do not need to fight a war with myself. I do not need to use pure willpower. I just need to close the door. But, this brings up a very difficult emotion. A feeling of guilt again, but a different kind of guilt.
Tell me about this guilt. What does it feel like?
Well, if I start collecting all my small Tetris blocks, if I lock the door and use every 5 minutes of pocket time to study and work and clean, I will be working all day.
You mean never stopping?
Right. From the moment I wake up until I sleep, I will be doing something useful. Does do not waste your time mean we must work every single minute? Must we always be productive?
Oh, I am so glad you asked this question. This is the most important part of our conversation today. I want you, the person listening right now, to hear this very clearly. Please listen to me. No, you do not have to work every minute. Rest is not wasting time.
Rest is not wasting time. I need to believe that.
It is the absolute truth. Rest is beautiful. Rest is necessary. If you try to use every small block of time for work, you will break. Your mind will break and your body will break.
But we feel so guilty when we rest. You sit on the sofa to do nothing, and a voice in your head starts shouting. It says, you are lazy, you should be studying, you should be folding the chores, you are wasting your life.
That voice is lying to you. That voice comes from a modern world that tells us we are machines. But we are not machines. Let us use a different picture to understand this. Think about a phone battery.
Okay, a phone battery.
If you use your phone all day, checking maps, watching videos, and playing games, the battery goes down. It hits 1%.
And then it dies.
Right. It goes completely black. Human bodies and minds are exactly the same. You have to charge the battery. Let us think about another picture. Think about a person lifting heavy weights at a gym.
Okay, I see the person lifting a heavy metal weight.
When the person lifts the heavy weight, the muscle works hard, the muscle gets tired. What happens if the person refuses to put the weight down? What if they hold the heavy metal weight for 24 hours because they want the muscle to grow faster?
The muscle will not grow. The muscle will tear. The arm will break. It will be a disaster.
Exactly. How does a muscle actually grow stronger?
It grows when you put the weight down on the floor. It grows when you go home, eat good food, and sleep. The rest makes you strong.
Yes, the rest makes you strong. The work only breaks the muscle down. The rest is when the magic happens. Your brain is exactly the same.
So learning English, doing your job, taking care of your children, these are heavy weights.
Yes, you are lifting heavy mental weights all day. If you do not drop the weight, your brain will tear. You will get sick, you will feel depressed, you will feel angry at everyone around you.
So sitting quietly on the sofa is like putting the heavy weight down on the floor.
Yes. When you sit quietly with a warm cup of tea and look out the window at the sky, you are growing stronger. When you take a slow walk in the park without your phone, you are healing.
You are plugging in the battery.
Exactly. When you sleep deeply for 8 hours, your brain is organizing all the new words you learned. This is not wasting time. This is smart. This is balance.
But I have to ask the tricky question again. When I sit on the sofa for an hour and scroll through social media, is that putting the weight down? Because my body is resting. I am not moving my arms or legs.
This is the grand trick that traps us. No. Scrolling on social media is not putting the weight down. It feels like rest, but it is not.
It is not.
No. When you scroll, your brain is still lifting weights, but it is lifting useless weights. Your eyes are processing hundreds of flashing images. Your emotions are reacting to angry comments. Your brain is working very, very hard.
So the body is still, but the mind is running on a treadmill. The battery is still draining.
Exactly. That is why after 1 hour of scrolling, you feel empty and very tired. You did not rest. You just lifted junk weights for an hour. Real rest is quiet. Real rest is peaceful. Real rest lowers your heart rate.
Real rest gives you energy back. That makes so much sense.
I have a personal story about this. It shows how much time we waste when we refuse to rest. Sometimes I try to push myself too hard. I try to work late at night.
Oh, working late is so hard.
The clock says 11 o'clock. The house is dark, my eyes are burning, my brain feels full of cotton, but the voice in my head says, you must finish this work. You are behind schedule. Do not waste time.
I know that voice very well. You force yourself to sit at the desk. You stare at the bright computer screen.
Yes, and I sit there for 2 painful hours. From 11 o'clock until 1 in the morning, I type very slowly. I cannot find the right words. I make many mistakes. The work is terrible. I hate the project, and I start to hate myself.
Because your muscle is completely failed. You are trying to lift the weight with a broken arm.
Exactly. Now, imagine a different choice. At 11 o'clock, I listen to my body. I say, my muscle is tired. I have permission to rest. Rest is productive.
That's a brave choice.
It is. I close the computer. I turn off the lights. I go to sleep. I sleep deeply. I wake up in the morning. The sun is shining. My mind is clear. I sit at the computer. I do the exact same work. How long do you think it takes?
With a fresh brain.
Yeah.
I think it takes much less time. Maybe 45 minutes.
30 minutes. 30 minutes of happy, fast, excellent work. So I want to ask you, which choice is a waste of time? Sitting in the dark, suffering for 2 hours and producing bad work? Or going to sleep and doing beautiful work in 30 minutes the next day?
Pushing yourself when you are tired is the real waste of time. It is a fake kind of work. Resting actually saves time. This changes the way I see my whole day. It means I can stop feeling guilty.
Yes. Please, release the guilt. Let it go. Put it down on the floor and walk away from it. You have permission to rest. Balance is the secret to a good life. You need some hard work. You need some deep study. You need some fun. And you need beautiful, quiet rest.
This feels like healing. It feels like taking a very deep breath of fresh air. We do not have to carry the heavy rock of vague plans. We do not have to fear the time thieves if we learn to lock the door. We just need tiny plans, pocket time, and real quiet rest.
Yes, and there is one final piece to this puzzle, the most important piece of all. It is about hope. It is about how we talk to ourselves every single day.
Hope. How do we move forward from here? How do we make learning English or learning anything new feel joyful instead of feeling like a chore?
We have to make it feel like play. Learning should never feel like a punishment. If learning feels like sitting in a dark, cold room on a hard chair, your brain will run away.
Your brain will find a time thief because the thief looks more fun.
Exactly. It makes me think of a child. If you watch a child playing, they learn so fast, they are not stressed.
Like a child with wooden blocks.
Right. Think about a young child building a tall tower out of wooden blocks. They are sitting on the floor laughing. They put one block on top of another. They are learning about gravity. They're learning about balance. They are learning about failure when the tower falls, but they are happy.
But what happens if an adult walks into the room and stands over the child? What if the adult shouts, "Do it perfectly. Do not drop that block. You are building it too slowly. You are doing it wrong."
The child freezes, the child's shoulders go up, their stomach gets tight, the child gets scared, and what happens next?
The child stops playing.
Yes,
Oh.
the joy is completely gone. They do not want to touch the blocks ever again. The fear destroys the learning.
That is a very sad picture, but that is exactly what we do to ourselves.
Yes, we do this to ourselves as adults every single day. We stand over our own heads. We watch ourselves try to speak English or try to start a new habit, and we shout at ourselves. We say, "Speak perfectly. Do not make mistakes. You sound stupid. You are so slow."
We are so mean to ourselves. We say things to ourselves that we would never ever say to a friend.
Never. If a friend made a mistake speaking English, you would smile and say, "That is okay. I understood you."
Exactly. I would be kind.
But when we make a mistake, we punish ourselves. We must stop shouting. We must let the inner child play again. We must turn learning back into a game, connect it to things you already love.
How do we do that practically? Give me an example of playing.
Do you love music? Stop reading boring grammar books and listen to your favorite song in English. Print the words. Sing it loudly in the shower.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Do you love cooking? Find a recipe for a beautiful cake in English. Bake the cake. Do you love funny television shows? Watch them with subtitles. When you laugh, your brain relaxes.
And when your brain relaxes, it learns better.
Science shows us that when your brain relaxes, it takes in information very fast. Fun is not a waste of time. Fun is fuel for the tired brain.
I love that phrase. Fun is fuel. It removes the pressure.
Exactly. And when you finish, when you do your tiny plan, when you learn your 3 small words in your pocket time while waiting for the bus, you must do one final thing. This is the rule you must never forget.
What is the final rule?
You must say something kind to yourself, out loud or in your head.
Say something kind. Like giving myself a compliment. That feels a little silly. It feels uncomfortable.
It does feel silly at first. We are not used to it, but it works. Let us think about a sports team. Think about a coach who trains runners.
Okay, I picture a coach on a running track.
Imagine a bad coach, a mean coach. You run a race and you trip, you fall down. The mean coach runs over to you and yells in your face. "You are terrible. You are clumsy. You are wasting my time. Get up and run faster." How do you feel?
I feel small. I feel angry. I want to quit the team and never run again. The stress makes my legs feel heavy.
Now imagine a good coach, a kind coach. You run the race, you trip, and you fall. The kind coach walks over. He puts a warm hand on your shoulder. He speaks in a calm voice. He says, "It is okay. You tried very hard. That was a good effort. Look at your foot placement next time. Let us take a breath and try again tomorrow. How do you feel now?"
I feel safe. I feel understood. I want to try again because I know the coach believes in me. My legs feel light.
Yes. A good coach builds trust. You must stop being your own mean coach. You must stop yelling at yourself when you fall down. You must become your own kind coach.
Become your own kind coach. That is a beautiful instruction for life. So when I waste time, because I will waste time again, I am human, I will accidentally spend an hour on my phone next week.
Yes, you will. We all will. It is normal.
When it happens, I do not yell at myself. I do not call myself lazy. I just act like the kind coach. I say, I made a mistake. I fell down. That is okay. My brain was just tired and looking for a quick prize. Tomorrow, I will make a tiny plan. I will try again.
Exactly. You understand it perfectly. You give yourself grace. You are a human being trying your best in a very busy, very noisy, very fast modern world. It is a hard world to live in. Be warm to yourself. Be soft to yourself.
So to the person listening right now, wherever you are, you do not need to be perfect. Perfect is a heavy rock. Perfect is a lie. You just need to be a little bit more gentle with your time.
Yes, you just need to use your time a little bit better today. Not perfectly, just better. Find 10 good minutes, 10 minutes of learning 3 new words, or 10 minutes of true, quiet rest, looking at the trees. That is enough.
10 good minutes, done every day with a kind heart, can change the entire direction of your life.
It really can. It builds a completely different future, one tiny block at a time. Remember how we started this conversation? Sitting on the sofa, feeling the time disappear, feeling empty and guilty.
Yes, the heavy feeling.
You do not have to live in that feeling anymore. You do not have to run the endless mental race. You have the power to lock the door. You have the power to put the heavy weight down.
You can become your own coach.
Yes, give yourself the gift of a tiny plan. Feed your mind. Protect your peace. Your time is deeply valuable because you are deeply valuable. You are worth the effort. Be kind to yourself today. Be your own best coach and have a beautiful, gentle day.